Welcome to Study Loop.
Okay, so before we talk about how to find the direction of the current, let's talk about how do we know that if there's some induced current or not. So always remember one thing, that if the magnetic field is changing, only then we'll have some induced current. Okay, so if you look at the question, there are three different sections. When you have your increasing magnetic field, your decreasing magnetic field, and your constant magnetic field. So we can immediately say that if your magnetic field is constant, there's no induced current, so that'll be zero. So now let's talk about the first part where your magnetic field is increasing. So, as I said, if your magnetic field is changing, you'll have some induced current. Now, how do we know the direction? So, in that, to do that, you need Lenz's law. So, what Lenz's law tells you that is that if you have some change in magnetic field, the loop will try to oppose that effect, right? So you see your B is increasing into the page, so these magnetic fields are pointing into the page. So if your B is increasing into the page, the loop will try to oppose that, because Lenz's law tells us that. So if we want to oppose the effect, we need some magnetic field, sorry, we need to have some magnetic field which is pointing towards us, right? Because it's opposing. And now we can use our right hand rule. So if you look at chapter 28 section 5, it tells you that your magnetic field will be your thumb, and if you curl your hand, that will give you the direction. So you already know that the magnetic fields are pointing towards us, so we point our thumb towards us and then we curl our fingers, and if we do so, we'll have the direction this way, which is anti-clockwise, right? Similarly, if we try to solve for part B, which is when you have decreasing magnetic field, so your magnetic fields are now decreasing. So again, the loop will try to oppose the effect, so it will generate some extra magnetic field towards the page or into the page. So there will be some extra magnetic fields that will be generated. So yeah, let me overlap those, right? So you have some extra magnetic fields which are going towards the page. So if that's the case, you again use your right hand rule. So you point your thumb towards the magnetic field which is into the page, and then you curl your fingers, and if you do that, you will see the magnetic field will be clockwise, right? Okay, so to summarize, your magnetic field, let's see, yeah, to summarize, for part A, your magnetic field will be anti-clockwise. Your For part B, it will be clockwise, and for part C it will be zero. So if there's some change in magnetic field, you will only then you will have some current, and if there's no change in magnetic field, there will be no current. So yeah, thank you for listening.